Let's talk about a feeling that is so common, but man, is it confusing. You know what I'm talking about? It's when someone you're not even in contact with is just living rent-free in your head. Their name just circles and circles and you're left thinking, what on earth is going on here?
That's the big question, isn't it? You try your best to get distracted, you try to move on with your life, but then, boom, quietly, they just pop right back in. So why? What is happening in our minds and our hearts that just keeps pulling us back to this person?
And this is what makes it so baffling. There's nothing happening on the outside to trigger it. Your phone isn't lighting up with a message from them. It's completely silent.
Which means this whole experience, this whole drama, is playing out entirely inside of you. It's just a name, a memory, a feeling that's still got a grip, even when there's literally zero contact. And this is where the real internal battle starts.
Right, and that's the core of it. There's a part of you that wonders, is this a sign? A message from God, from Allah, that I shouldn't give up? But then there's this other little voice that whispers, or maybe this is just a trap my own heart has set for me, keeping me stuck in the past.
So let's actually break this down. Let's unpack the two main places these thoughts could be coming from, at least from an Islamic perspective. Is this coming from you, or is it coming from somewhere else, from a higher wisdom?
Okay, so let's look at the first possibility, your nafs. Now, in the Islamic tradition, the nafs is basically yourself, your ego, all your inner desires. And our nafs, well, it absolutely hates unfinished business. It loves to hit replay on things it once wanted really badly, especially if there was no closure. So sometimes these thoughts are just your own heart trying to write an ending to a story that never got one.
But then, on the other hand, there's the other possibility we saw, Allah's wisdom. And this quote here is so powerful because it reminds us that our feelings aren't always just random noise. Sometimes, a person is put on your heart for a reason you can't see yet. Maybe it's a test of your faith, maybe it's a nudge to get you to pray more sincerely, or maybe it's preparing you for something down the road. The point is, your heart isn't just out there on its own.
So this is it. This is the crucial question, right? How do you know? How can you possibly tell if this is a destructive obsession from your own ego or if it's a gentle nudge of guidance? Well, the good news is there's a pretty clear way to test your heart.
Let's look at obsession first. A thought becomes an obsession when it pulls you away from your spiritual center, away from God. You might notice your prayers feel empty, like you're just going through the motions. The thought itself just leaves you feeling heavy, anxious, maybe even a little guilty. That's not guidance. That's your own self holding you captive.
Guidance, though, feels completely different. It actually pushes you toward God, not away from Him. And that brings us to the ultimate litmus test, which is captured perfectly in this beautiful saying. Righteousness is what brings tranquility to the soul, and sin is what wavers in the heart. So just ask yourself, honestly, does thinking about them bring you a sense of calm and peace? Or does it just stir up anxiety and leave your heart feeling shaky? Your answer to that question tells you pretty much everything you need to know.
Okay, so now that we know how to tell the difference, what do you actually do about it? Let's talk about the way forward. There's a really practical, 4-step process you can use to handle these thoughts and hopefully find some peace.
All right, let's break these down. Step 1, and this is huge, don't chase the thought. Stop daydreaming, stop building up these fantasies, stop trying to convince yourself it's a definite sign. That just feeds the obsession. Step 2, redirect it. Every single time their name pops into your head, flip it. Turn that thought into a dua, a sincere prayer. Just hand the whole thing over to God. Step 3, get some advice. Talk to someone wise that you trust, someone who has your best interest at heart. A fresh perspective can be a total game changer. And finally, step 4, practice something called Tawakkul. This is a deep, profound kind of trust in the plan, and we're going to talk more about that next.
This brings us to that final step, which is honestly the most important part of this whole thing. It's about totally reframing this experience, because at the end of the day, this might not even be about them.
So let's look at Tawakkul a little closer. What does it actually mean? Well, think of it like this. It's the beautiful, freeing act of taking all your worries, all your what-ifs, and just handing them back to the one who has already written your entire story. You don't have to carry that weight.
And this is the real takeaway. This whole situation, it's not a test of your love for that person. It is a test of your heart. It's a test to see where you will place your ultimate trust. Are you going to stay attached to a thought, or are you going to attach your heart firmly to God? And here's the most comforting part of all. When you can get to this level of trust, you literally cannot lose. If this person is written for you, it will happen. Nothing can stop it. And if they're not, Allah will heal you, He will remove that ache from your heart, and He will replace it with something even better. You lose nothing when you put your trust in Him. No matter what, you win.
So we end right back where we started, with that person's name circling in your mind. But now, hopefully, with a brand new question. Instead of asking, are they meant for me? I want you to ask yourself something much more powerful. Where will I place my trust? Because that is the question that's actually going to set you free.